Okay, so this is the Faxter dashboard. So we have three options for logging in. You can sign in with Google or with GitHub, or you can use your email address, in which case you get a magic link sent to your email, and then you can go there to click on it and then to sign you in automatically. We are going to use Google for this session. So I'll click on this. And of course, once you choose one login, one of this method, you have to stick to it. You cannot switch to another one later on. Yeah, so this brings us to the servers page, and you can see that we have no server. So you can create a new server by clicking on the create new server button. But before you do that, you might need to go to the home page to make sure that you have some money in your account. And you will see a list of projects here. If it's a new account you just created, you basically see you have only the default project. So let's switch to the default, which is also funded. So each project has its own account balance, and it has its own servers and other resources. So this is the default project. If you do not have any money, you can actually click here to make a payment, so that you can now go and create the servers. So let's go back. So create server. So on the create server page, there's an automatic name generated for you. But if you don't like that, you can change the name. So I will just say WordPress, and then you add an SSH key. Yeah, I don't have any one right now, so I can create a new one. So you can copy an SSH key from your computer and paste it here. But if you don't want to do that, you can generate a new one. So let's generate a new one. I think I'll just call it my SSH key. My SSH key. So I create and then download. So that's been downloaded, and then I can close. So I'll select that. So you can see a summary of my configuration here. The name is WordPress, flavor is copper. So some of these configuration options, if you want to see them, you click on show advanced option, and you can basically change. So copper is basically the smallest flavor and has a monthly cost of 4,215 naira. If you go for something bigger like nickel, so it has 2 CPUs and 2 gigabytes of RAM. Unlike the copper, which is 1 CPU and 1 GB. You can change the operating system and other, So, but let's not go that way for now. So when you install the server, it basically comes only with the operating system. But if you want to pre-configure with any of these applications, you can select. So let's say I want to go with WordPress. I select WordPress. And then you can actually customize the installation script, which is also called the Cloud Init script. This is what it looks like. So the basic thing you might want to customize here is I think the database password. You want to change it from password to something more complicated. But for this example, let's just leave the default. And then I'll just click create server. Okay, so while the server is being created, I will go to my terminal. So remember that we downloaded the SSH key, and it goes into my download folder. And so I want to change the permission, which is required in order to use the key. It's 100. So that's here, my SSH key, So that's done. And then, so I'll come and wait for the server to be ready. I can actually click on this link where I can see the details. You can see, okay, the SSH, okay, so the IP address is ready. I can probably log into the server now. SSH into the server. You can see that the SSH port is 2300. So we are not using the default port. SSH username is Ubuntu. That's the IP address. The default is 2300, and then you have to specify the key, which is download my SSH key, and enter. So do you want to add it? Yep. And we are in. So the first thing is to check whether your installation script has finished running, and to do that you run the tail command. The log file is under var log /cloud init output. So you can see that the script is still running, so you just wait for that to finish, and once that is finished you can basically open the web interface and finish configuration from there. So this is so basically it has to update the operating system. So it's updating the Linux packages, and once that is done, it will now run the rest of the script. Okay, so I can see that PHP is being installed, and then what else? My SQL right now. Apache. And now WordPress. So I think we're almost done here. Oh, it's actually done, right? Let's see. Yeah, it has finished. So we can basically copy this IP address again, open a new tab, and then paste, and then enter. Yes, so that's our WordPress site. It's running. So we accept the default US English, and then title. I'll just call it my company name. Yes, username admin. I'll accept the default password. So we copy this because we are going to need that in order to log on later. Install. So I don't want to save that, so I'll just go and log in. So it's admin and then paste. So let me just say remember me, and there we go. Yes. So this is I don't know if so this is the admin page. I think I'll just select one of these templates, activate this, and then let me see if I can view the site now. So I will probably just come back here and oops, that's my password. So I think I'll just copy this and then paste. So this is the home page basically. So of course you can go back to the admin page to customize and upload your content. So this is how you create a server using Faxter.